In this video, you will learn what mistakes beginners make when use an overlock. The handwheel should only be turned in one direction, indicated by the arrow on housing. Turning the handwheel in the wrong direction can damage the loopers. Most often, it needs to be rotated towards itself, but there are exceptions. Be careful. Do not work on Serger with front cover open. You can injure yourself and damage the loopers. Be sure to make a long seam after you finish overcasting the edges of fabric. When creating this chain seam, never pull on the seam with your hand. Excessive force can break the needle or loopers. Most modern sergers have a built-in on housing a thread trimming knife. Often seamstresses, instead of lifting the presser foot with the standard lever, raise only the edge of the foot. This habit can over time lead to a weakening of the spring of the foot and sole will not press the fabric evenly. If you do not need to use the differential feed, set the level knob to minimum value. This will prevent uneven wear on sole of presser foot. Big cone bobbins and spools having wide bottom are ideal for threading an overlock sewing machine. Not recommended to use threads on small spools. Thread turns from such coils often fall down and become entangled around spool pin, which leads to a change tension in seam. You can check the sharpness of knife using a regular thread. If the knife easily cuts the thread, then it is sharp enough and you do not need to sharpen knives. Do not use pins to fastening fabrics when work on overlock. If the steel pins get between overlock knives, you will have to contact a service center. You can use stationary clips instead metal pins. But for beginners, I recommend to fasten the fabrics with thread. High-quality threads are main factor for a good overlock stitches. I not recommended to use thick cotton, or poor-quality threads. These threads lead to uneven thread tension in the stitches. Note, all 4 threads of the overlock must be of same thickness and elasticity. The number 80 and number 19 needles are ideal for any overlock. Be sure to check your manual with recommendations which type and thickness of needles is used. The maximum thickness of fabric does not depend on the height of presser foot, but on the height of lifting up a knife. Do not oil the needle and foot mechanism too much. Excess oil can get onto the fabric and stain it. Overhanging thread edges in stitches can be fixing by moving a lower overlock knife to right. Do not rush to change thread tension and stitch, in this case try to move knife. With this handle, the lower knife moves away or approaches to edge of needle plate. Changing threads in the overlock can be done by pulling threads. To feed knotted threads easily, you need to lift a presser foot up. In modern overlocks, when this lever is raised, the tension of all threads is completely free. On older overlocker models, you need to set all thread tension dials to 0. After changing the threads, set the thread tension to previous positions. To make it easier to pass the threads tied together, tie them with a special weaving knot. It is the smallest and thinnest knot. If you have an overlock, you should definitely have tweezers. The tweezers will make it easier to thread the needles and loopers. For people with low vision, I recommend purchasing a magnifying glass too.